Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news today, let's take a quick look outside our weather window from this afternoon as we head up north. This is our Billy Goat Sky-Fi Tower camera up in Okanagan County, and you can see the Methow River where it joins the Columbia River, and that's Brewster and Pateros in your shot. But also look at the top of your screen. You see a lot of that haze that a lot of people noticed yesterday, and we have noticed it around the Wenatchee Valley here today as well. And those smoky skies, they will continue today and into tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow might be our smokiest day of all, so make sure you do keep those doors and windows closed to keep that fresh air inside, and definitely reduce the time that you do spend outside tomorrow with those smoky, hazy conditions. But things should clear up as we get to the 4th of July on Sunday, and it's going to be a warm one. If we don't see that haze tomorrow, we do expect temperatures to reach near 100 degrees. And then for Sunday on Independence Day, also sunny skies, light winds with high temperatures between 95 and 100 degrees. We'll have more weather for you coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Through a public records request, NCWLIFE has obtained police body cam video of the June 15th drunken driving arrest of Douglas County Commissioner Kyle Steinburg. The Chelan County PUD is set to receive a grant and loan combination to help keep too much phosphorus from entering the Wenatchee River. And while the massive heat wave and dry conditions have led many jurisdictions to ban the discharge of fireworks this year, some have not. But first, our top story tonight. There were 44 people treated for heat-related illness at Central Washington Hospital during the thick of the heat wave Monday through Wednesday, but good news, no fatalities. Confluence Health said as temperatures reached 108 on Monday, there were 14 people treated at the hospital, with one person admitted. On Tuesday, when the temperature hit an all-time record of 114 degrees, 15 people showed up at the hospital with heat issues, with 6 admitted for further treatment. That pace continued on Wednesday when the high was 108 as 15 people sought treatment, with 5 admitted to the hospital that day. Confluence said about half the people who showed up with heat issues were low income or homeless and didn't have access to air conditioning. The other half were attributed to outdoor-related activities, dehydration, and those with existing conditions. Through a public records request, NCWLIFE has obtained police body cam video of the June 15th drunken driving arrest of Douglas County Commissioner Kyle Steinburg. We have edited the 1-hour, 44-minute video down to key points of the police response and the eventual arrest by East Wenatchee Police Officer Ivy Jacobson. Steinburg is awaiting trial on the DUI charge.
He's clearly drunk, he's been yelling and cussing, and I don't think he's safe to drive.
Okay, and who's he been yelling and cussing at?
Like the other people in line, I was in line 2 cars ahead of him. He was screaming, yelling like hurtful things.
Okay.
And I asked the person when I got my food if they thought he was safe to drive, and she said no, that he was being like really hurtful when she was taking his order.
Okay,
so.
Like belligerent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did they say anything about odor of alcohol?
She said she thinks he's drunk.
The employee told you?
When I was taking my order, he said, "Hurry up, you've got I want my cheeseburger."
I'm so sorry. Good, I'm Officer Jacobson with East Wenatchee PD. You're all being audio and video recorded.
That's fine.
Okay. Do you guys work here or?
Yeah, we're partners in Northern Fruit Company.
What?
We pack fruit here.
Oh, you guys work here?
Sort of. We pack fruit here.
Okay. So you're not. This is property that you're able to be on?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay. People were expressing concern. You guys were yelling at them. Is that true?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Man, you guys have a party tonight?
Not at all.
Okay.
Chuck it. Sorry,
There's
chuck
a
it.
what?
No, you have no reason to be here.
What's that?
You don't work for the county. You have no reason to be at the county shops.
Is this a
I
county
gotta work
shop?
for the
This is
county.
the county shops.
I know.
You have no reason to be back here. You don't work for the county. You have no reason to be back here.
Sorry, I'm choking on chicken McNugget right now.
Okay. Do you have your license on you,
I
sir?
do.
Okay.
I actually kind of work for the county.
You work for the county?
Well, I'm a county commissioner, so.
Okay. Do you understand why I'm speaking with you? There's several complaints about you guys yelling at other people, calling people fat in the drive-thru of the McDonald's parking lot. So that's why our attention is here with you guys right now.
Okay, but I don't think it was us, but no.
Okay, your truck was described.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, just letting you know. That's why we're talking to you, and then you're back here too.
No,
so.
I'm...
Okay. He's very entitled.
See,
He didn't smell anything, but he knows he's being an ass. Where are you guys heading to?
Oh, we're going home. I'm taking these guys home. I picked them up.
You picked them up?
Yeah, I picked them up, yeah.
From where?
They were downtown deambling, so I came downtown to pick them up.
Okay. Awesome. Okay.
So I'm there kind of DD, so take them down and pick them up.
Once you have started walking, do not stop. Okay,
Okay.
until you're complete. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You may give me again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Turn around now. I've done the whole field sobriety test. I think I've passed everything in flying colors, so I'm not going to take any more voluntary tests.
Just for DUI, okay. You did not pass the standardized field sobriety test. I'll keep you informed for the rest of this, and you're more than welcome to talk to your lawyer, okay? As soon as we start this process, all right?
The Chelan County PUD is set to receive a grant and loan combination to help keep too much phosphorus from entering the Wenatchee River. The State Department of Ecology announced the award yesterday, which endows the PUD with a $2.5 million grant and another $1 million low-interest loan. The PUD has been under orders from the department since 2009 to thoroughly eliminate phosphorus discharges at the Dryden Wastewater Station. While the massive heat wave and dry conditions have led many jurisdictions to ban the discharge of fireworks this year, some have not. The city of East Wenatchee announced yesterday it will not put an emergency ban in place over the 4th of July, saying assessments with the Douglas County Fire Marshal and local fire districts found not enough risk to justify the restrictions. Likewise, the Grant County Board of Commissioners on Thursday opted not to put a ban in place for unincorporated areas of that county. Firework use this year is still illegal in Greater Chelan and Douglas counties, as well as many individual towns. Coming up next, the official U.S. Census numbers won't be out for a while, but the state of Washington estimates that Chelan and Douglas County populations grew over the last 10 years by about 15,000 people. Douglas County commissioners have appointed a new clerk of the Superior Court. And after serving the past year and a half as a food distribution site, COVID-19 testing and vaccination facility, and most recently a cooling center, the Town Toyota Center is getting back into the entertainment business. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
My name is Catherine Thomas, and I'm running for the Wenatchee School Board. The school board should work for the parents of this community. I'm running to bring common sense to inform and empower parents, courage to implement positive change that enables academic excellence, commitment to bringing the public back to the public schools, and compassion to know that a student's education can determine their success in life. Vote for Catherine Thomas for the Wenatchee School Board.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
What you're doing is ridiculous.
Well,
I mean, you might as Scientists will throw up a screen door to block the summer smoke.
Sometimes it gets
When we
warm.
breathe in the wildfire smoke, we are ingesting hazardous chemicals such as acetic acid and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. A lot of bad stuff, okay?
Well, yeah, that's why we...
Cardboard ain't gonna cut it.
So...
Go to chelanpud.org/save today.
Welcome back. In another news, the official U.S. Census numbers won't be out for a while, but the state of Washington estimates that Chelan and Douglas County populations grew over the last 10 years by about 15,000 people. For purposes of distributing tax resources, the Office of Financial Management put Chelan County's new population estimate at 81,600 people. That's up from 72,400 in 2010. Douglas County gained an estimated 6,100 residents for a total of 44,600. The numbers are preliminary and could soon change. However, OFM numbers show most of those new residents, about 9,000, settled in unincorporated areas and not in the cities. Douglas County Commissioners have appointed a new clerk of the Superior Court. Jen Bigger of Waterville will be sworn in July 7th to replace Tristan Worthen, who ran the clerk's office for 6 years. Bigger has worked for the last 5 years as a legal assistant in the Douglas County Prosecutor's Office. She was one of 3 candidates recommended for the post by the Douglas County Republican Party. The clerk oversees the records of the county court system. Worthen resigned from the clerkship in May to become administrator for the Division III Court of Appeals in Spokane. Bigger, who's 31, says she'll run to retain the seat in the next general election. Well, after serving the past year and a half as a food distribution site, a Covid19 testing and vaccination facility, and most recently a cooling center, the Town Toyota Center is getting back into the entertainment business. General Manager Mark Miller said he is scrambling to hire enough part-time staff, but they're on their way to a full schedule of events and entertainment. The first scheduled event is the Wenatchee Wine and Food Festival coming up on August 28th. That will be followed on September 17th when the Mexican band Grupo Firme will perform. Then on September 21st, rock band Styx will make a return to Wenatchee. Washington State still has a 10,000-person capacity for indoor events, but Miller said with a capacity of 4,000, that won't be a problem for the Town Toyota Center. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Your search for quality patio furniture with excellent customer service is over. Blue Lagoon is proud to offer only the finest outdoor furniture and accessories from some of the most renowned manufacturers in the industry. Our showroom showcases a large selection of in-stock furniture, fire pits, umbrellas, cushions, and outdoor accessories. Our in-house outdoor decor specialist is available to help you design and custom order the perfect furniture for your unique space.
Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. As mask mandates come off and we head into a holiday weekend, Washington epidemiologists are still watching the COVID-19 virus to track its movements through the population. 3 variants of the disease are cause for concern because some of them have faster spread and cause more harmful infections. In tonight's feature story, Acting State Health Officer Scott Lindquist says even with these mutations, right now there are no plans to slam the door on Washington's reopening.
The Delta variant in Washington is about 17% of all variants, and the P1 is 16% of all variants. So those 2 variants are really competing against each other. What is still of concern is this Gamma variant, or the P1 variant, has essentially twice the hospitalization rate of the average and twice the death rate of the average. The Delta variant isn't quite as aggressive as the P1 is showing in Washington state. That is the big concern worldwide, is that they're having increase in cases in certain countries because of the appearance of the Delta variant. We are not seeing that in Washington. Our rates are going down, and our Delta variant is not as aggressive. It's not causing as many hospitalizations or deaths as would be predicted, but the P1 tends to be causing more hospitalizations and deaths. So at this point, I would say that this Delta variant is likely to be much more predominant over the next week or 2, and that we'll watch closely for how this is competing and what this means for increased incidence. Of course, the big question on everyone's mind is, will we do what other countries or states are doing to reinstitute masking guidance if the Delta variant becomes predominant and aggressive? And the answer to that is not at this time, because we are not seeing increases in cases and we are not seeing increases in severity at this point. So we are not currently considering a reinstitution of the mask mandate. You can imagine that's going to have a lot of implications, but we will be watching this very closely. We are just not there at this point.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast as we head into this long holiday weekend. Well, at least a long weekend for some of us. But first, before we get to the details, outside we go to our weather window. And today, the Billy Goat camera, which is up around the Pateros area. Here's Pateros, Brewster back here. And look at all of that haze, especially up in Canada. And that's where we're seeing the haze coming from today, is from some fires up in British Columbia. We'll show you that in a second. But as far as temperatures go today, really not too bad. If you can call 95 not too bad, considering though that our average temperature for 5 days was 107 last week. Yeah, 95 not too bad. Still way above where we should be for high temperatures of 84 this time of year. 70, and that is the 7th night in a row that our low temperature has been 70 or above. Unbelievable. 59 is our normal low. 104, our record high back in 2013. Record low 43 degrees, and that was set in 1962. Sunrise 5:09 this morning, and the sun sets once again tonight at 9:01. As we take a look at what's happening with our temperatures tomorrow, once again, remember, it's going to be a little bit hazy out there. Temperatures will stay pretty darn warm for this time of year, that's for sure, and even a little bit warmer than today if, and this is a big if, we don't see smoke and haze tomorrow. If we don't, we'll get into the upper 90s for most locations. Wenatchee 99, Eniat and Chelan at 97. But keep in mind, if it's a hazy, smoky sky tomorrow, we might struggle just to see 90 degrees. So we'll have to wait and see how this all plays out. Let's take a look now at our surface loop beginning tonight with some smoke and haze around. That'll begin funneling in tonight a little bit more in our area as those breezy conditions kind of wane a little bit later tonight. And then as we get into Saturday, we will see some hot temperatures, widespread haze. We are seeing a northwesterly flow and a bunch of fires right now in British Columbia, and that's bringing that smoke back down into us. But if we don't see the haze, as I mentioned, we could see a hot one with highs near 100. Things will clear out on Independence Day for Sunday, and it's going to be a hot one with high temperatures somewhere between 95 and 100 degrees. This area of high pressure just has not moved for about 3 weeks now. On Monday, sunny, still unseasonably hot. We're going to see high temperatures Monday once again in the mid-90s, but a cool down will begin as we get into Tuesday, and we're talking a very slow cool down. Still clear skies with sunny conditions. Hot temperatures all over eastern Washington once again with highs on Tuesday dropping back into the lower and middle 90s. And then for Wednesday, here comes that wind. High pressure nudging in and low pressure right here. And that's going to create some windy conditions right in the middle of that. Slightly cooler too on Wednesday with highs in the lower 90s. And look what happens when we get into Thursday. A little bit cooler, sunny skies, and we're going to see high temperatures actually in the upper 80s. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. Tonight we will drop down a little bit closer to where we should be for this time of year into the mid and upper 60s. 99 tomorrow if we don't see smoke. 98 on Saturday. Middle 90s on Monday and Tuesday, dropping all the way down to 89 for your high temperature on Thursday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Jared Sessler, candidate for Congress. There's a crisis at our southern and northern borders, and it's being ignored by Washington, D.C. I will fight to secure our southern border and stop the out-of-control flow of drugs, crime, and human trafficking while pushing to open our northern border safely and securely. Go to jaredsessler.com to get involved and to donate. I'm Jared Sessler, your candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Friday to you. The Mariners knew that this 6-game road trip would be a good litmus test to see how they ranked in the American League. Well, I'd say they passed. After a 7-2 win over Toronto, they finished the road trip at 4-2. Yusei Kikuchi threw 7 brilliant innings to earn his 6th win of the season.
98 running right there at the knees to get Bichette swinging right through it.
Dude, do what he's doing on the mound is impressive. Why not?
Crawford, Dylan Moore, double play. Here's the stretch and the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss by Espinal for strike 3.
So he's going to use it again today, and it's working.
Swing and a miss for strike 3.
It goes up the further into the game that he gets. So
now the strikeouts are starting to come. He has punched out the last 3 Blue Jays hitters that he's faced. At the knees, paint at 96. Springer head on back. His opposing average was the first in the league as he gets now Gritchick chasing after it. 6 punch outs for Yusei Kikuchi. Chopping to Crawford. JP throw on the money to first base. A very happy Canada Day to Yusei Kikuchi. 1 run over 7 innings.
Offensively, Seattle got home runs from Jake Fraley and Ched Long Jr., while Mitch Haniger and Kyle Seager each collected 2 hits. Manager Scott Service couldn't be happier with how the road trip ended.
A road trip, really, coming into Buffalo and seeing how this park was going to play. I knew it was going to be, really take a really good offensive effort for us to win this series, and that's what we had. And I say all the great things we did offensively, but Yusei Kikuchi is the story for today. That's one of the better hitting ball clubs in the American League, and he went out today and got right after him on the attack from the get-go. I think it was like 12 of his outs were on the ground today. Had really good stuff and did not back off. So, to get 7 innings out of him against that kind of team says a lot for his effort today and the season he's putting together. I said before the game started, I thought he was worthy of pitching in the All-Star game, and he backed it up today. So offensively, a lot of good things. Big home runs by Shed and Fraley, but I thought, up and down the lineup, we had some really good at-bats, some really good swings against Ryu today, who's tough. This guy knows how to pitch. He's having a good season. I thought that we did best today was we trusted our eyes. We really controlled the strike zone well and got him over the plate then put some good swings on them. So good series, really good road trip against two tough opponents, and looking forward to coming home for a big homestand.
Seattle returns home to host Texas in the first of 3 games at T-Mobile Park tonight at 7:10. Logan Gilbert goes up against the Rangers' Kyle Gibson. Well, the Mariners will be well represented at this year's SiriusXM All-Star Futures game. Outfielders Jared Kelenic and Julio Rodriguez and right-hander Emerson Hancock were selected Wednesday to take part in the July 11th event at Coors Field in Denver. Seattle's 3 representatives are tied with the host Rockies for the most of any organization, and it perhaps shouldn't come as much as a surprise given that Seattle's farm system is now ranked 3rd in all of baseball. Well, Nate Lowe hit 2 of Texas's 4 home runs as the Rangers beat Oakland 8-3. The Rangers might be last in the division, but they come into Seattle having won 2 of 3 from the A's in 7 of their past 10. Jose Altuve's grand slam home run highlighted a 5-run 4th inning for Houston as the Astros beat Cleveland 7-2. Framber Valdez improved to 5-1 on the mound, going 7 innings with 6 strikeouts. Well, the Angels and Yankees were rained out in New York, so that game's going to be made up on August 6th. Well, for the second time in 3 games against Portland, the Apple Sox gave up 17 runs in a 17-8 loss at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium last night. Pickles scored a run in each of the first and third innings before exploding for 9 runs in the fourth to chase Wenatchee starter Hunter Salinas out of the game. Joel Norman had the call on Sunny FM and has the story.
The Wenatchee Apple Sox were swept by the Portland Pickles after falling by a score of 17-8 on Thursday night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. The Apple Sox were trailing 11-0 going into the bottom of the 7th inning and did score 5 runs in that frame, but ultimately could not do enough to rally back in this one. There were a lot of defensive changes pinch hitters used, with the game pretty much decided early on after a big start to the ball game for the Pickles, and Wenatchee would see a pretty impressive debut from A.J. Guerrero, an incoming freshman at the University of Washington, who reached base 4 times. So the Apple Sox head into a weekend set now against the Highline Bears beginning Friday night at 7:35. With your Apple Sox update, I'm Joel Norman.
As Joel mentioned, Guerrero was 2 for 2 with a run for Wenatchee. Portland was led by Leo Mosby, who went 3 for 5 with 3 runs, 5 RBIs, and a home run. Sox pitching staff is happy to see the Pickles leave town. In 3 games, Portland scored 41 runs on 41 hits, 30 of which earned. Wenatchee's team RA is a league worst 5.98. Well, Cowlitz scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th to finish Wednesday's game in Walla Walla and beat the Sweets 7-4 yesterday. The game was halted the night before because of lightning in the area. In the nightcap scheduled for Thursday, Kerry Arbolitas' RBI single in the top of the 15th inning gave the Bears a 5-4 victory. Chase Matheny's walk-off RBI single in the bottom of the 11th gave Bend a 6-5 win over Corvallis in a game that was halted after midnight Wednesday due to time constraints at Vince Guinness Stadium. Tanner Smith helped the Knights salvage the nightcap of Thursday's scheduled game with a Bend going 3 for 4 at the plate with a run and 2 RBIs as Corvallis topped the Elks 5-2. Well, former Apple Sox Cody Darcy hit a 2-out pinch hit, 3-run walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th for Ridgefield in the Raptors' 8-5 win over Bellingham. Kirby Robertson threw 6 strong innings for Yakima Valley as the Pippins knocked off Port Angeles 4-3. Chase Graves was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a home run for Yakima Valley. Pippins begin a weekend series at Bend tonight. Corvallis returns home to host Ridgefield in the battle for first place in the South Division. Port Angeles travels to Bellingham. In non-league play, Cowlitz hosts Cascade Collegiate. Portland faces the Rosebuds. Walla Walla hosts Northwest Star Academy, and Wenatchee takes on Highline tonight at 7:35. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric, and love the t-shirt. That's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you Tuesday. Have a great holiday weekend.
Getting ready for the boating season is easy with the help of Bombfile Boats and Motors. With marine technology changing fast, the service department stays up to date with the newest developments and factory certifications. They have what it takes to make boating fun and hassle-free for the summer. Then as that garage and driveway fill up in the fall, one call is all it takes to learn about their convenient service and storage packages. Now's the time to call and find out why Washington boaters have been trusting Bombfile Boats and Motors to service, store, and maintain their boats for over 70 years.
Have a fun video you'd like to see featured on NCW Life? Email us at newsphotos@ncwlife.com.